fresh perspectives and stories. Stories
Hello
that
there.
connect us all. Johnny and I would like to invite you to join us, along with today's show guests, Ryan Davidson from the Community Summit, and also Kelly Hill, Public Relations Coordinator, and Latrell Hallam, Executive Director of Hospitals of West Alabama. So, for today's conversation, pull up a chair, sit back, and relax. And now, without further ado, here's Johnny.
How do you like my new strategy?
What is the new strategy?
How are you, Miss Sunshine number one? Glad to see you all.
What? New strategy?
Have you noticed that the studio lately is filled with lots of
I'm on to you, Johnny Rocket. I'm on to you, Johnny Rocket.
I'm no idiot. I got the greatest job in the world. I get to be with all these lovely ladies and have fun and talk to our audience who we love.
Of course.
And let's just keep this up. No more male guests. No, I'm
because that wouldn't be discriminatory at all.
Well, Axel Rose is in the room. So Axel's grinning. He's actually grinning.
I was going to say, he didn't react except when you said his name, he grinned. He's used to us, though.
But
so
welcome to the new show. Thank you so much for being part of our growing little family around here, whether you're in Tuscaloosa and West Alabama, across the nation, or you could be around the world with us. So we are so proud to call all of you friends and family. Thank you for joining us. And remember to tell someone that we're here every day, Monday through Friday. And you can tune into FM 100.1, or you can go to thenoonshow.com,
right.
Hit that cute little listen now button, and you can actually hear us and listen anywhere, literally in the world. And that just blows our minds. So
that's pretty awesome.
We have got a full show.
We do.
Great way to start Monday.
Yeah. Two quickies and let's get to Ryan. So Carolyn Ezel sent this to me this morning. She has an event at Tuscaloosa Public Library. Mm-hmm. It's a poetry reading. It says Hometown Writer Spotlight, Lewis Bowling, Alabama Football Tales. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, Lewis we tried to get him on the show and the schedule didn't work out. And we're going to try again to get Lewis on.
Yeah, so it's Alabama Football Tales, More Than a Century of Crimson Tide Glory, Wallace Wade, Championship Years, and then Megan Blaney, Scattered Pieces of Mine. Do you know this person?
Sharon Rise.
Sharon Rise, Sleepless. Yeah. So this is tomorrow, Tuscaloosa Public Library, 5:30 p.m.
Yep.
So I'm assuming, is it just open to the public?
It is open to the public. They do this every month. North Carolina, maybe.
5:30.
But he has a connection to us because of the university.
Right, but you do have a choice because we're going to be right across the street from y'all, Ryan. We're going to be across the street at the River Market for Youth for Christ event.
That's right. And we need to remind everybody that's a big fundraiser for Youth for Christ tomorrow night. It's their annual comedy club. Lovely event, dinner, a lot of fun, testimonials from a lot of the kids, and then the comedy cafe, as I think call it. So it ought to be a beautiful evening and for a wonderful cause. They were on last week, and we look forward to seeing everybody at Youth for Christ Comedy Club tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm seeing something here from Ryan Davidson. It's called the Community Summit. So what's going on with that, Ryan?
Well, the Community Summit is something that has kind of been brewing for a couple of years now. I've worked with nonprofits since about 2008 or so about 15 or plus years, and really have had a heart for that, and especially in West Alabama. And one of the things that we're really trying to do is bring leaders in the area together for a 2-day summit in the early November 3rd and 4th.
Okay.
We're covering grant writing, board development, fundraising, tactics, marketing, all of the above for nonprofit leaders and organizations in our area. And we're just really excited about the possibility of bringing people together to learn and grow together as a community.
Random question. Is this something that could be attended virtually as well or no?
This year, not so much, because it really is something where you're going to walk away with a workbook that has tangible action plans.
Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and looking at the agenda, which is very, very complete, by the way. We've looked at it, and Lisa and I are looking forward to being part of it. Mm-hmm. This is a working session. It's a hands-on. You've got some great facilitators, and again, the topics are perfect for those who are trying to either start or build a nonprofit. So
Mhm.
thank you for doing it, number one.
Yeah, well, thank you. We've actually have a great committee that's pulling this together all across different business sectors and just so much knowledge coming in from different parts of West Alabama to bring this together. Our keynote speaker is Marquise Forge. He is the owner of 1186 Water, and he's also the founder of Emrain River Association in Ottaville. And so he's really going to be driving home for his keynote, just grassroots initiatives and really how to mobilize and get your community involved with what you're doing, along with great other speakers as well on the 3rd and 4th at Hotel Capstone.
Yeah, there are a lot of nonprofits in this area, and
Mhm.
many of them are very, and some are only volunteer driven. Maybe somebody is part time, but the knowledge that you're going to disseminate and share, it's basic fundamental stuff that if you be successful, these are the things that you need to know. So want to encourage everybody to sign up and come to the Community Summit. We're going to be there, and I think some session or something.
Yes, I roped you in.
You
I roped you
roped
in.
me into doing something.
Yes, it's something called Bring Your Own Board, and it's actually going to be that night on November 3rd, and it's going to be kind of like a business after hours at Hotel Capstone. Again, if you haven't heard so far, it's going to be at Hotel Capstone, November 3rd and 4th. And so that whole afternoon for Bring Your Own Board is just an opportunity for people who couldn't do the whole 2-day summit. They can still come to this this afternoon of fundraising, and that's really where we're going to have workshops, and that's where Johnny is going to lend a helping hand on how to have that little fundraising effort and really being able to do some board development that afternoon.
Tell everybody how to sign up, because it's getting close.
It's getting
only 2
so
or 3
close.
weeks away.
It's 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
You go to the communitysummit.org, and that gives you the full lineup, the schedule, the packages, everything. And we're also on Eventbrite where you can get the tickets. But if you go to the website, it'll direct you to Eventbrite. And so we do have multiple packages. If you're a teacher, there's a package. There's a 1-day package. There's a multi-person like group discount package. But we consider this an investment in your nonprofit. If you are wanting something that is really going to have an ROI, that's going to grow your nonprofit and give you the sustainability it needs, then this is the summit for you. And it is going to be annual, but we're really excited about this inaugural one, and it's going to be amazing. And we want everybody who can be there.
Quick question. There's also an opportunity for a nonprofit or groups or those that support nonprofit to sign up for like a booth and to share information as well. Tell folks how they can do that.
So we're trying to do a vendor market situation where we're aligning businesses that are for-profit with nonprofits. So people who are in the marketing sector or T-shirts or things that can do trinkets to get items out to people for different marketing purposes, not just marketing, but if you have a band or a DJ or, a catering even, that would like to run a booth for the 2-day experience to get your name out to these nonprofits for them to possibly partner with you, we do have those opportunities. And it's part of our vendor market if it is on our website.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's very timely, as you, Lisa, and you and I were talking recently. Very timely, very relevant, and your agenda is packed full. And
do either one of you know how many nonprofits we have in this community? I keep hearing more and more and more.
Well, from what Johnny and his wisdom told me, over 300.
My last research
mind.
showed there were over 300. Now you got to remember, many of these may be only one person or two persons. The vast majority are volunteer driven, which is not easy to do. A great majority of them only have maybe a part-time person. Right. There's very few that have staff. And most nonprofits do not have a budget for advertising and marketing and promotion. So it takes truly the old adage, I don't want to say it's a cliche, but it's an adage that, it takes a village. And it truly does. If you're going to be a successful nonprofit, I mean, you truly have to connect all the parts, and you've got to have the right people at the table. And most of the time, those are volunteers. So they need this training as much as any professional person does.
Exactly.
That's amazing. What inspired you to start this nonprofit?
So it's my business is actually a for-profit. It's Granted LLC. We do grant writing, fundraising, and events for nonprofits. But coming from a background of working with nonprofits for so many years, it was just something that we just felt that was needed. It was just something where people can come together as the community and learn from each other. There wasn't anything like that in the area that facilitated that type of community.
Yeah.
And so having that opportunity in Tuscaloosa and West Alabama, I think, which is really necessary.
I would like to hear a little bit more about your for-profit.
Oh, the for-profit. Okay. So again, Granted LLC, we work with nonprofits to get them funded so they can help reach their mission and visions.
Really? How does that? What does that look like?
So the majority of it is grant writing, fundraising, and events. We sit down and have like a little consultation with nonprofits and kind of figure out what the game plan is for that nonprofit, the strategic planning of it. And if that includes grant writing, if that includes the fundraising or the event side of it, then we come up with a plan and partner with them on that side. And then, of course, because of the community that we've created with other grant writers, strategic planners, marketing people, we either resource them out to somebody else or we create type of a package deal to help them with that.
Is this open to people nationwide or just local, or how does that work?
Well, the great thing about this is remote work is pretty much 90% of what we do.
Okay.
So we do a lot of Zoom meetings and emails and things of that nature. So it can be state, it can be nationwide. It's however you need us to help you. We'll find a way.
So say I'm starting a nonprofit, I'm struggling. I don't know anything about grant writing. How would I find you?
GrantedLLC.com is our website, and that is the best way to find
It's a great
us.
website, by the way.
Yeah,
It's
thank
pretty
you. Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
slick in its simplicity.
Yes, I was trying to make it sweet and simple for people new. All of our information's on there. Contact information is as well, and just that's pretty much the easiest way to get in contact with us.
Yeah, and we do want to encourage. We have a lot of nonprofits that follow the Noon Show because that's really was the heart of where we started was the nonprofit community, and we're here to try and support. But I just want to remind everybody, whoever you are out there, if you're part of a nonprofit, maybe you've started one, maybe you're not exactly sure next steps, maybe you're a board member and you're trying to find your way. The Community Summit is a great way to come together with your peers,
It makes a lot of sense.
learn from each other, and then have some facilitators who have some knowledge and can guide you. And so really want to encourage our nonprofit listeners, whether you're a board member, a professional, it doesn't make any difference. Take advantage of this because this doesn't happen enough in my judgment. Because
I think it's a great idea, Ryan.
it really is. And so let's support the Community Summit.
Yeah, other people in all kinds of industries. Remember, I found out about from Tuscaloosa County Sheriff. They have their own conferences, and so they network, the Sheriff's Network. So why not nonprofits? It makes sense.
And the other thing
learn from each other
about
and
Ryan's
network.
agenda is the cross section. It's a very diverse, facilitated 2-day summit. And oftentimes it's only focused on just a couple things, but this is very comprehensive, got some great facilitators.
Me, it's not in my wheelhouse, but I'm open to learn new things and do so every single day. So thank you.
Yeah,
for the
thank you so
opportunity.
much. I'm really
Guys,
excited.
we are up against a break. You've been listening to the Noon Show on FM 100.1. Don't go away. We will be right back. It's really cool, actually. Okay, so let's do a commercial. We'll come back.
You guys
with
are more than welcome to
Axl
come as well.
Come on, Axel.
Do you know Julia Citizen?
Already?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So then right after Axl Rose finishes, then we'll bring you two like sounds great.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Are we going to talk about Tinsel Trail or
And then she,
You know,
yeah, she does look amazing.
I tell you, we don't
there's
have
Boo in the park too?
She's a barber.
Up to you. We can slip it in if you want to.
Don't forget we got tickets to give
She's
away.
just very straight to the
Yeah, I was
point.
going to wait
And I
till
haven't
later in
learned
the
that
week to even think about it. We've got so much going on.
We do. It's a blessing.
It's not meant for you.
Thank you all so much.
Bye, Ryan.
It's good to see you, Ryan. We'll see you soon.
We still need to talk about
Oh, yeah.
how we might be.
The logistics.
I'm not sure if we need a booth, but we need to be able to share a message. And
For sure.
I'm not sure how
I'll
to
take
do
my
that
last
now.
name.
I think it's going to be, that night.
Lisa and I just need to figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Because it is captive audience for us,
Mm-hmm.
but we want to support you. That's the main thrust.
Oh, and I'll send you our email that covers everything as well if you want to send it out to nonprofits.
Prescription treatment proven to reduce the number and severity of hot flashes day and night.
I think
Wait,
we
what'd
can
you
do that.
say?
I have an email that I'm sending out to all nonprofits to join up so you can forward it for me.
Oh, love it.
Just send it on. We
Don't be
will forward
bold
it
and ask
on.
that question. Appreciate
We will
y'all.
forward it on. I
It's
promise.
good to see you, Ryan.
Good to see you too. Thank you so much.
We worked with her and Eastie when we hosted the Literacy Council's fundraiser. And they're just like the main cogs in the wheel, I'd say. I mean,
Yeah, she was real.
she's great to work with.
Yeah, she was real active putting that together for the Literacy Council. It was a great event. The first try, I thought it went very, very well. There looked for little things they can tweak for next year, but they had a good crowd, it was a good program.
She's connected with Jackie over at United Way, is she?
I think she is, yeah. She is so focused on the no-name ones, I guess I would call
Okay,
them.
well, that's good.
I mean, you don't see, I
Yeah.
think Jackie's on the agenda same night I am, I think.
Okay, so she is.
But you don't see the big nonprofits on her agenda.
Yeah.
They're no names.
That's good. I mean,
Which
those
I-
people need help. Yeah.
Well, the vast majority are no names. They don't have any support because nobody knows about, board members don't know what to do.
Nobody knows about.
And they have no money to get the word out.
Yeah.
You can call us
And
live.
see, that's the reason we created this originally, because nonprofits don't have any money to tell their story.
On the Catfish
Very few.
Customers app. Here's Lisa and Johnny.
Welcome back to the Noon Show right here on FM 100.1. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for
welcome
being
back.
part of the Noon Show family. We're growing and we love our listeners. We just do.
You sure do.
And we love our sponsors too. And let me tell you about one of our really great sponsors, and that's our good friends over at Purify You. And folks, if you want to feel great, you want a new level of energy, you just want to feel your best, and you want to do it the natural way, well, Lisa and I go to Purify You.
We sure do.
That's where we go, because those natural therapies of red light and salt therapy and infrared sauna and the Power Plates program and the massage chair. Oh, yes. And a wonderful line of nutrients and supplements. And they're there to help you. And Dr. Brenda Branch and her team are there ready to help you feel your best the natural way. So go visit them. They're at 500 Town Center Boulevard. Or better yet, really easy, go to purifyu.com. That's purify with a big capital U.com. Everything you need to know. You can sign up for your appointments. You can sign up for your assessments. You can learn how to build a plan to
Yeah.
feel your best the natural way. So go see our good friends at Purify You and tell them Lisa and Johnny sent you, and we'll see you this afternoon.
Absolutely. If you're just now joining us, we have on the show today one Mr. Axel Rose, our intern producer. He wasn't expecting me to introduce him, y'all, but he has a special announcement to make. He has his own event of sorts. Why don't you go ahead, Axel Rose?
Hey everybody, it's been a while. I'm glad to be
Hold the
back.
poster.
Oh, jeez.
Now, actually, we don't allow no quiet.
You know, that's my fault. Okay.
So-
Okay, I'll get right into it. I'm
You
sorry.
know, silence doesn't work on the radio.
No.
No, it sure doesn't. I accidentally deleted my notes here, but
Oh, well, here's the poster.
no, it's all good. I got it back. All right, so let me just get into it. So back in July, Alabama Media Group released an 8-part podcast series called American Shrapnel. Basically, what it's about. So back in summer 1996, around the time of the Summer Olympics, in Atlanta, Georgia, a series of pipe bombings goes off in the city.
Oh, yeah, we remember.
It's a whole thing.
Mhm.
So the FBI, they managed to scrape up a photo, and it's so grainy. A photo of the attacker.
Mhm.
Ooh, yeah.
And it's so grainy that they call him the Blob Man, and that's the name that he goes by for a good bit of the investigation. And what this podcast is about, with the series, it's just a play-by-play of the events of what led to them eventually finding the attacker. And it's, again, 8 parts. You can check it out right now on any podcast place, Spotify, YouTube, whatever. So why am I bringing this up? The Friday, October 24th, from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., the the co-hosts of the series, John Archibald and Becca Andrews, they're going to be hosting a discussion of the podcast.
Oh yeah,
And
cool.
yeah, it's sponsored by the University of Alabama Department of Journalism and Creative Media.
Right.
It's going to be in the Digital Media Center at Bryant-Denny Stadium. I'm not sure what this all entails. There might be a Q&A. I just know you don't want to miss this. Again, it's going to be Friday, October 24th, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Bryant-Denny Stadium, Digital Media Center. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah, it says Gate 61, and there's also saying Digital Media Center Studio N as in Nancy 330. I don't see on the poster how to sign up. You just show up. You don't have to have a ticket or anything like that.
You just walk, from what
Just
I'm
walk up?
understanding, yeah, you just go. You
How
show
cool
up.
is that? I love that. So again, it's John Archibald and Becca Andrews. They're
Mhm.
heading up a discussion panel. They're co-hosts of American Shrapnel, the new podcast from AL.com.
Yeah.
How cool is that? So they've got an event that's sponsored by the University of Alabama Department of Journalism and Creative Media. Again, just echoing everything Axel Rose said. Again, Friday, October 24th. Try to show this poster. It's so cool.
Yeah.
2025, 11 to 12.
Yeah.
Bryant-Denny Stadium. Go through Gate 61.
And
I love.
Axel,
Thanks for bringing that
thank
to our
you
attention.
bringing
That's
that to
super
us.
cool.
And folks, Axel is a budding creative filmmaker, so we're looking for big things
You
out of
never
him.
know what kind of news you're going to have
That's right.
out of your creative
That's right.
friends.
That's
So
right.
I love it.
Thank you, Axel.
Thanks for
Thanks
bringing
for
that to
having me
us.
on.
We're going to post this up in the studio too.
Oh, I
Sure.
appreciate that.
We sure will.
We're going to be hanging it right up as soon as we get
We're
off the
going
air.
to make it happen.
We're going to make it happen.
That's
You'll see it
right.
in the background, right? We'll put it right there.
Well, Axel Rose, you get over behind the camera,
All right.
which you're so good at. And Kelly and
Kelly and we got Kelly and Latrell.
Latrell. Knock on wood. That's me.
I thought you were going to say knock knock. Who's there?
Who's there?
Who's there? That would be Latrell Hallam, Executive Director of Hospice of West Alabama, and also Kelly Hill, Public Relations Coordinator for Hospice of West Alabama. Welcome, ladies, to the Noon Show studio.
Thank you for having us. I
Hey
feel like I
there.
should have one more cup of coffee to keep up with Lisa.
Woo!
I
no.
love your energy.
She
you.
is so boring. I mean, she's just, bless her heart,
I'm
she's
surprised
shy.
Ronald in the floor taking naps right now.
We've been working on her to try and get her out of that shell.
She's
I mean,
shy.
Oh yeah, shout out to Mike Spiller. I saw him on Saturday, and he said if I could just work on my energy levels, that'd
Yeah.
be great. Yeah, that was his feedback. I will take that under account. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Mike.
big shout out to Mike and Connie.
Yeah.
Connie. It was great to see them. And there's a lot of good folks out there these days just having a good time. And that's what we do around here.
That sounds
I'm the
fun. We're
boring.
glad to be here.
I'm the boring one.
Not boring.
Yeah, I'm the
No.
boring one.
That's not true.
I just
We
kinda-
know better than that.
I just kind of hang in there with them. But I am the most fortunate because I like the way these.
These ladies just keep showing
I
up in the
just love.
studio.
I love it. I mean, it's just.
Dream sequence. They're actually here for a reason.
They are definitely.
There is
different.
an event, guys. It's Hospice of West Alabama Night of Lights Memorial Event, November the 6th from 5:30 to 7. And I'm going to let you guys take it over from here. So what's this about?
This event is unbelievable, and it's open to the whole community. Anybody that wants to come to
I
this
saw
event
the word
does not-
free.
Yes, it's free. It's free, and it does not have to be a connection to a Hospice of West Alabama patient or someone that we've cared for. So anybody in the community that's had a death in their circle, it's a family-friendly event, so all ages are welcome. We have counselors, social workers, bereavement specialists that are there at the Night of Lights, but you can walk a memorial mile for the person in your circle that has died.
Oh.
We do these beautiful lanterns that we
You do.
let go at dusk, and we have children that decorate the lanterns, write messages to their person that they've lost, and we let the lanterns go right before the event closes, and it is absolutely
It
breathtaking.
is very
It is.
moving. I was
It
there
is.
maybe 3 years ago or so, I guess it was. But I'm coming back this year because I missed coming after my mom died, who was also under hospice care. And so I'm coming this year because it's a very moving event. And you're right, whether you're connected to a family member or someone that you know that was a neighbor, it's a great evening to pay tribute to those we love. It's just a beautiful event.
You know, it's a lot of support
It is.
as the kids are there working on crafts, decorating glow rocks for the garden. or adults that are out doing the walk. It's a time where you get to be with other people that have
That
have
makes
gone
that
through
makes
something that you're dealing with. Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense because a lot of times we isolate ourselves in our grief or in the grieving process, and it's amazing when you just exit your home, right, and you go out into the world, you see people, and you realize there's just more. There's more out there. I'm not
You're not-
articulating this very well.
You're
but
not alone.
You're not alone. You're not alone.
Everybody has been through this, and the grieving process is different, as you guys know better than we do.
Yes.
It's so different for everybody. I'll give you an example. My dad, as I've told y'all, my dad was under hospice care up in Decatur from January to November when he passed away, and I didn't grieve for probably 2 years later because I was so close. I was taking care of him and so close to him. And when Dad died, I'm right there holding his hand, and it was a relief. And so I didn't grieve because I had to take over for my mom. And that's the beauty of hospice, though. And I'm kind of diverting a little bit to hospice and what your role is, but the hospice angels, as I call them, just made it a lot easier. The transition was easier. But even then, it took me 2 years to realize my dad was gone.
And that's not unusual. And you did what you had to do when your dad and when your mom needed you.
Mhm.
And what we want to do is to be your support, to
Yeah.
be able to fulfill those roles. We work with so many incredible families.
Yeah.
It's just, I've been doing this 28 years.
Hard to
And I
believe it.
can't
Wow.
tell you the number of people that have touched my heart because we had the privilege of being involved with their loved one at a time that was special. And
Yeah.
we try every day with every case to create a beautiful death experience, which I know people think I'm crazy when I say that, but it happens.
It does.
happens.
That's exactly, and it's a beautiful way to put it. I mean,
I've never thought about that, but
I go back to the beginning with you guys.
Yes,
I was
you do.
raising money early, and it has been a special, special place in this. Most communities don't have a facility of this type, and what you have done, I think, of our good friend Julie Citizen, how beautiful the community came together to support, and hospice has delivered. And I swear, you got to be called to be a hospice nurse or a hospice supporter.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see
They're
that.
angels.
Yeah.
They're angels. They
It's a
really are
privilege.
angels.
It is a privilege. And, we couldn't do what we do without this community. Tuscaloosa is such a special
Mhm.
place. We feel the support. We put out on social media not long ago that we needed some snacks for our kitchen. I thought we were going to have to rent a storage unit.
Oh my
We had
gracious!
so much overflow.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I was absolutely blown away.
Yeah.
That's
at the support.
amazing.
Yeah, you just
Well,
don't-
that speaks to the good work that you all are doing. Do you know what I mean? Oh my gracious, y'all! And on that note, we are up against the break. You're not going to want to miss a minute of this conversation, guys. You've been listening to the Noon Show on FM 100.1. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
I think I'm going to call you Kirk Hammond because you look a little bit more like Kirk than Axel.
I'm
You
gonna-
know who that is?
Excuse me, Johnny. I can-
Maybe not.
Okay,
I want
we
to
got
put this
Metallica.
up while we're still on the air.
That's
Oh,
my
okay.
commercial.
Okay. Okay. We're still-
I'm doing a commercial.
We're
Oh,
going
let me hear it.
To secure your free admission, email jayacottrainforest@gmail.com. That's jayacottrainforest@gmail.com.
That's so good. That
You have a
that was
perfect
really
radio
good. Well,
I
Yeah, you have a good
I
record.
actually like. Well, see,
no, that was really good. I had not heard that one.
I had to be talked into doing this.
You told us last time we were here kind of how that evolved.
Well, I have found,
Perfect.
Axel Rose.
I can't stand to hear.
We either need
Now,
tape
that
or
one
another push
I
button.
like.
That was the only
That's
push
good.
Because I went deeper and a little
Yeah.
bit deeper and mellow.
Do we have
and I've
tape?
been trying to practice to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's not. Oh, wait, what's this?
Yeah. You know you've made it when you're pleased.
You care if I put tape on this?
Go ahead.
When you hear yourself, now I understand why none of us want our voice. Do you like yours when you hear yourself?
I'm gonna roll it up.
Do you know why? There is an explanation. When you hear, here's the difference. When you hear yourself, the sound goes down through your bone
I wonder if
structure and it
Stevie
distorts
C
it.
would put their studio.
when you and I are talking, there is no distortion because it's straight.
Welcome back
to
to
you.
the noon show.
So you don't
on
get distorted.
Catfish
So what you hear
101.1
and what I hear
Lisa Jones and Johnny
is
I like
natural.
that distortion.
online on the Catfish
I like that distortion.
That was a cool poster.
I had a name for what I thought I sounded like.
Oh, well, no.
Messages on
We'll
the
see
Gay
who
red.
else we can hang this up.
You did not. You did not.
Woo, we back on, y'all.
Welcome back to the noon show. right
Yeah,
here
welcome
on
back.
Catfish 100, and I hope I don't sound like I just said I thought I sounded like. I can't repeat that. So
You know, I honestly didn't even hear you. I was over here doing, I think, talking to Axel or something.
It's kind of crazy out there. But thank you so much for being part of our growing Noon Show family. And thank you to our wonderful sponsors who just continue to be encouraging and faithful in their support. And one of those is the best bank in Alabama. And I didn't make that up because Bryant Bank
That's
was
right.
named the best bank in Alabama just a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
And we're so proud of them because they were born right here in Tuscaloosa 20 years ago. And for 20 years, they've been delivering the best customer service anywhere among any business, quite frankly, any business, because they understand what it is to be excellent. They understand what it means to be civically involved. They understand what it means to be family. And they understand what professionalism means to us as customers because they treat us so personally and they take care of helping us meet our financial goals and needs. And they can do that for you too. So if you have not checked out Bryant Bank, do it today. Go by and visit any one of their great locations. Remember, they're the only real community-based bank in Tuscaloosa. And they're headquartered right here at McFarland Boulevard, but they have convenient locations in Northport, North River, and in beautiful downtown T-Town. So go check them out and tell them Lisa and Johnny sent you and find out what the Bryant difference is all about. And remember, they are an equal housing
That's
lender
right.
and a member of
FDIC.
Go see our friends at Bryant Bank today.
Yeah, no doubt. So we're joined in the studio today by Latrell Hallam, Executive Director of Hospice of West Alabama, and Kelly Hill, Public Relations Coordinator. So we're having a discussion about, they have their memorial event. It's called Night of Lights. It's a Hospice of West Alabama, November the 6th, 5:30 to 7. Just want to remind you real quick. Again, here's their location is 3851 Loop Road in Tuscaloosa. It is free and open to everyone of all ages. Register at Hospice of West Al. That's WESTAL.com. And we'll remind everyone before we go off the air again. But I would like to know. So apparently there are differences in hospice care. So there's short term and long term. And I have a family member who's just put on long term. So what does that entail exactly?
Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, and they don't really designate a short-term and a long-term hospice, but we see a lot of that because back in the days when we first got started, we saw a lot of people that had cancer, and cancer, depending on what kind you have, we can kind of predict, okay, if you have this type of brain tumor, you're likely only going to survive, 60 days, 90 days. So it was a little easier to predict. Now we have things like Parkinson's disease, congestive heart failure, dementia, and those illnesses, a lot of times the trajectory is a little bit longer. And so to qualify for hospice, you have to be looking at, are we declining? Is this person in the best guess of two physicians looking at a life expectancy of 6 months or less? Sometimes that's hard to predict. Especially with those cancer diagnoses. Now you can look at how we had multiple hospitalizations, repeated infections, falls, measurable changes that would qualify for hospice care. But to continue hospice, you've got to still see that this person is declining with their condition. Now, inpatient hospice is very short term. So, our average length of stay on our inpatient unit is 4 to 7 days. So that's very acute care for someone who is typically actively dying.
So in the case of a non-acute hospice situation, do you ever see anybody who makes it and comes off of hospice?
Graduates is what we call it. Yes.
Okay, I like that word. Yeah.
If we're doing our job right, typically when we go in to evaluate someone, we say we think this is a good fit or we don't. But miracles happen all the time. And every year we see a handful of people that two physicians felt like, okay, we're on a downward spiral with this disease. And with good nursing care and family involvement, lots of hope, lots of prayer, whatever your support system is, people will improve and do better. We've had several this year. We even had one that graduated from our inpatient unit where we got
Wow.
them there. And that doesn't happen nearly as
Really?
often, but it does happen.
When you're really expecting them to only last from 4 to 7 days and they graduate.
For us, it's always a wonderful thing when that happens. People to know that when you choose to go with hospice, you're not giving up hope. Half of our job is to be sure that we're not overlooking those improvements. So we look for that every day. Is this person truly still a hospice candidate? Or are we seeing that maybe a rehab stay or something else might be a better fit?
That is, and I of course, everybody relates to their own personal experience. You know, like my dad was in declining, 98 years old, declining, and got accepted, and he was under hospital 11 months. You know, 11 really quality months for him and for us. But I just don't think our community just really understands how significant hospice can be in a family going through this process. I mean, I remember the nurses sitting down with my mom and myself and said, okay, here's the stage your dad's in. Here's what's going to happen next.
That's right.
I mean, they kept you aware, which I think prepared us for the process. And that's what I think one of the things you do so beautifully is you prepare the loved ones.
Yes, thank you, Johnny, for mentioning that. And, you know, that's half of our job when you're dealing with things like dementia, Parkinson's disease. There are a lot of medications out there designed to slow the progression of those things. Well, when you get to a hospice point, sometimes the pill burden, we see patients that come to us that are taking 30, 35 medications every day and complaining of nausea or constipation. They can't eat. And half the reason is because they're using all their energy to take all these pills. So under our care, sometimes when we work with their physician to reduce some of that pill burden, their quality can be so much better. And sometimes their life expectancy is longer, even under hospice care than what we thought it should be.
I've never heard that term, a pill burden.
Yes.
30 pills a day.
Everything you take has a side effect, at least
That's
one.
right. It seems like
Yes.
the side effects would take
Right.
you out as quickly as anything else,
Yes.
really.
And Latrell, I want to mention, go back and because you touched on it, but help our listeners understand that family physician is still there.
Yes.
Even though you've got one of the most wonderful physicians in the world, is still your director. That's my good friend George Miller, and George was my doctor. I miss him.
Me too.
But talk about the importance of the family physician and how that connects. Because again, the patient's not left alone just because you're in hospice.
That's right. And you know, every hospice can decide how they want to do that. And we have made the
Right.
choice that your family physician can still drive hospice care. We can take the orders from your trusted physician. A lot of programs across the country will require that you accept their medical director as your physician once you sign on with hospice care. But our local physicians have been wonderful to us through the years. We've got good relationships and they're knowledgeable about what we do. So that works well for us.
And another question that pops in my mind, because my mom was a profit-based hospice care. Now, they were wonderful.
Right.
They connected to her when she was in Decatur, and I ended up bringing her here, and it came with her. And so I had to work with their physicians and nurses, which ended up being perfect. But there is a difference, and I'm not in any way pointing fingers one way or the other, but
Right.
West Alabama Hospice West Alabama is a nonprofit. And there is a difference in the way that you not care for folks, but the way you process things.
It is, and I'll tell you, our van that we just raised money for, we have this Cadillac version It is a beautiful non-emergency transport van.
Really?
Yes, and it's because our community has wrapped its arms around us. You know, we don't pay taxes because we're a nonprofit. We have all this support from people you'll see in the obituaries in lieu of flowers. Please send donations to Hospice of West Alabama. Those kind of things allow us to do more with the care. So if I have a patient in the middle of Greene County that needs to be seen twice a day by a nurse for some wound care, I can afford to send someone to do that as a nonprofit
Well,
provider.
and that's a great example again
Yes.
of how well you have been received by the community, because obviously you are, as Johnny described, the angels to these people in their true hour of need. I mean, you ask for snacks and you're snowed under, right? I'm impressed. I mean, that's amazing, and I'm glad to know that this is right here in our community. Johnny has really opened my eyes to the world of nonprofits. I worked for the university for 27 years, and I never thought about. And I tell you what, it's just amazing. I salute you for the work that you do. Thank you for everything you do for this community.
It's always
amazing.
humbling to me to hear us referred to as angels. The reward that we get every day as a team, dealing with these families, you just can't imagine. And I almost feel guilty hearing the way people describe us, because we get more out of it than
I like to hear
people
that
deserve.
too, Latrell.
Let me slip in, excuse me for personal examples, because that's all I know is my own story. But I trained to be a hospice volunteer and sat
Oh.
with 3 patients. And I realized that I was better at raising money. But I do want to encourage folks listening. It was a very meaningful experience. I wasn't cut out to do it. I mean, I
We
just
have
wasn't.
plenty of jobs that you can
Lean
do.
That's
in
right.
to your talent.
Because I
That's
sat,
really,
I sat
yeah.
with 3 patients. All 3 died within a week. And I'll be honest, I
It's too much for you.
couldn't handle it, even though I'd been trained to know somewhat what to do. You know, the best feeling I had was that the spouse was able to leave the house for a couple hours and get some relief. That
I
was
could see that.
meaningful.
I could see
But
that.
when my patient, my client, my friend passed away, I didn't do very well with
It's
it.
hard.
And
No.
but I do want to encourage folks, if you want to do something really, really special, and like Latrell said, there's a lot of different ways you can volunteer with hospice, and they thrive on volunteers, I guarantee you. Check it out, because the training itself was meaningful.
My
Right.
husband says all the time, I can find a job for everyone. So whatever your talent is, we have people that play guitar, that sing, that come and
Oh,
file, answer the phone, just greet people. We
I
have
can
people
answer
that
the
do
phone.
yard work. I mean, whatever it is that you feel led to do, we need the help.
Obviously a great place to be, right? We are up against the break time, guys. You've been listening to the Noon Show on FM 100.1. Don't go away. We will be here right back.
If we all the important stuff.
If we have
Thank you.
just a second.
I said, you're doing great. You're getting all the important stuff. Thank you.
That's what we do.
If we
We
have,
don't script anything, we just make it up.
I would like to mention this again. I talked about it a little bit on Friday, but
You
know, I like to talk about prevention.
Yeah.
It's something to think about before you get to hospice. So there's a study, and it's called Leisure Activities and the Risk of Dementia in the Elderly, conducted by New England Journal of Medicine. This is something that started in 2003 and went on for 20 years. And I had heard of it originally from Mel Robbins. And I brought it up on Friday because it's Syncopated Ladies.
I was going to say dance is one of the best ways to put dementia.
According to New York New England Journal of
Dance is
Medicine, it's the number.
Connect.
And I've got, you know, I'll try to keep it pretty tight. But I talk about Well, I like to talk about old sayings. I say old sayings are old saying the reason prevention is worth a pound of
Yeah, and that's back to folks over at Connect. You know, they use dance at all their, because
You can call us live.
music brings back memories.
Well, that too, that too.
Feelings like that, music therapy, we do that at hospice, and it is unbelievable. what
Here's
universal
Lisa
is.
and
Welcome back to the Noon Show right here on FM 100.1. Thank you so much for being part of our little crazy family around here. We love it, and we love you guys too. And we love our sponsors. And so a big shout out to our friends over at Hudson Pool Fine Jewelers, right downtown Tuscaloosa, 1111 Greensboro Avenue, where they help all of us put a smile
Oh,
on
yeah.
someone's face almost every day. And they've been doing it for 40 years.
Oh, wow.
Family owned, iconic small business, one of the best of the best. And if you're looking for the perfect gift for that special occasion or that special person, Lisa and I go to Hudson Pool Jewelers
Sure do.
because they got it going. I
They
mean,
sure
they got
do.
it all together over there. So big, huge wall of just all kind of unique gifts. That Crimson Tide bling, which you need, by the way, go get you some Crimson Tide jewelry and wear it this Saturday so that we can have the sun and lights flash off the bling and blind those silly little Tennessee players who are going to get stoned.
Now,
But anyway.
somehow the Alabama players are protected. We don't know how. We just know that they're immune to that.
They
Yes.
don't get into that. But
That's right.
anyway, so if you are looking for a way to make someone happy, to say, I love you, I appreciate you, thank you, or maybe just need to say, I'm sorry. That works too, by the way.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And go see our friends down at Hudson Pool. Friendly service, the best folks around, and they're glad to help you. And they'll do it also through their wonderful website, hudsonpool.com. You don't need to go to any of the fly-by-night online service, folks. You don't need that. You go to hudsonpool.com.
Yeah.
And same great service, same great value, same great merchandise. And tell them Lisa and Johnny sent you down to see our good friends at Hudson Pool and put a smile on somebody's face today. It'll make you feel good too.
Sure will. So I wanted to mention this. So there's this study, and as I was saying off the air, I'm a big proponent of old sayings because old sayings are a saying for a reason. And this the saying I'm talking about today is prevention. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So there was a study titled "Leisure Activities and the Risk of Dementia in the Elderly," conducted by New England Journal of Medicine, published by them. And so anyway, I have the synopsis. So a landmark New England Journal of Medicine study from 2003 followed older adults for more than 20 years to see which activities kept their minds sharp. They looked at reading, playing cards, walking, swimming, and one activity stood out far above the rest: dancing. Doesn't surprise me, y'all. Researchers found out that people who danced regularly had a 76% lower risk of developing dementia compared to those who didn't dance at all. That's because dancing combines music, movement, memory, coordination, and social connection. And when you learn something technical, like new tap choreography, I can attest to that. You're actually helping to build brand new neural pathways in your brain. And would you believe I actually learned that in the middle of a tap class from a fellow tapper? She told me that because I was kind of getting frustrated. But once you get over that hump and you learn it, and then it's yours, it's stored, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it becomes easier. But then you've got the next step to to learn, and then you're going to build some new neural pathways. And you can build neural pathways other ways, but this is a fun way. Why wouldn't you want to?
Yeah. And that's your else an answer.
Absolutely. I've danced my whole life.
I only have 3 words to say.
What's that?
Shall we dance?
Ooh,
Shall
that's
we
good.
dance? 1, 2, 3.
Shall we dance? Shall we dance? Shall we dance?
Yeah.
I think we ought to dance over to the Night of Lights.
I think so too.
How's that
We
for a
will have live
How's
music.
that for a transition?
Great segue.
Yes, yes. We will have live music there. It will be
Really?
classy, nice,
Yes.
back porch sitting
Yeah.
kind of music. But
Yeah.
it's just a beautiful, beautiful night. I hope
It is
everybody will
a beautiful
join us.
night. I am coming this year because it's been about, I think, 3-4 years ago, but I want to make sure I'm there this time. It's interesting how I yesterday afternoon I got to sit on a porch with 2 of my dearest friends
Oh.
and just talk. I don't get to do that much, and most of us don't do that enough. And
I can't
so
think of the last time I actually did that myself.
it was a beautiful, a
Honestly.
real beautiful old timey porch. I mean, with the chairs that just look like they came from 50 years ago, and two dear friends, and we had the best conversation, and I loved it. But anyway, I digress. But tell everybody once again how to get in touch with you guys, and a little bit more. Just remind them that Night of Lights is coming soon.
Okay, hospiceofwestowl.com is our website. You can do everything there. You can get registered. You can call us on the phone if you're old school and really like to still do it that way. That's fine. You can stop by. We have a Facebook page. We have Instagram. Any of those avenues will get you to the Night of Lights event.
And I'm assuming you do need to register for Night of Lights.
We prefer you to register, but if you hear about it 30 minutes before it starts and want to come, then come on. Yes. we'd
Love
to
it,
have
love
you
it, love
every-
it.
Well, we always enjoy. And Kelly, you hadn't said a word.
I know. I'm just trying to get her effort here.
Let's make her come over.
And come over here.
Kelly, Kelly,
Yeah, we're gonna
Kelly,
embarrass you.
Kelly.
Hey, Kelly.
Cute shoes, by the way,
And
Kelly.
you're in charge of public relations communications, and you're sitting over there shy. I
I'm
don't.
not shy. Just letting Latrell take over
Well,
today.
I understand. But you've been playing an important role for a long time yourself.
Yeah, I've been here about 16 years.
Yeah, and
Oh, wow.
part of the messaging comes from this lady. I mean, she's pretty good at that. I mean, you've been doing this a long time,
One
so
minute.
you play an important role yourself.
Well, thanks.
What would you tell those folks out there that are listening about hospice that we haven't said? Aha,
Gosh.
caught you.
We touched on our employees. They're
You have not.
wonderful.
Oh.
We have really
Smart
wonderful
lady.
nurses, social workers, chaplains. I hear that on the public all the time. Is oh my gosh, how can you do that? How can you go about your day every day and people passing away? It's a calling for our nurses for sure, and they do such a good job of going into the home and taking care of our patients and also being there for the families that need them like you did. Every step of the way you were they held your hand and walked you through the process. So
Well, you're making a really good point, because those of us who have encountered, the nurses that work with our loved ones, you realize, number one, just how caring and compassionate they really are. I mean,
Right.
this is not easy work. It's just not. I know it's compassionate work, but it's not easy. The other thing is, and I said it a little earlier, is how they keep the family informed so well. I mean, every step, you didn't have to worry about what the next step was, because the nurses were there to
Right.
help you understand that progression
what's
that
next?
that loved one was going through. So I'm glad you see,
Hey,
I knew you had a message. I knew you had a message. And Miss Lisa, these are angels. I promise you, they are. And Latrell and Kelly, thank y'all so much for coming to visit. We always glad when y'all are able to schedule to visit the noon show, and let's don't wait so long.
You call.
Oh, yeah. Latrell used to
Partnership.
teach Zumba
Yeah,
in his
at his
studio.
studio. That's right.
That's right.
So, but, we'll see you at Night of Lights
perfect.
on November the 6th. It is November 6th, right?
Yeah.
But thank y'all, Kelly,
Thank
Latrell.
you.
Thank y'all. Always great to see you guys.
Good to see
You
you
keep
too.
doing that beautiful work you do, and you do it so well.
You do.
Lisa, this is always I always enjoy this visit. I get a little emotional.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it's an emotional subject. I mean, that's,
Well, it's an emotional
it's
subject,
understandable.
but every time they come, it brings back memories. Anybody listening probably has got the same kind of memories I'm dealing with right now. And it's a special, special place, Hospice of West Alabama. That's all there is to it.
It's a lovely tribute. Well, I wanted to let you all know quickly, this is a pretty much dramatic change of gears, but tomorrow we've got Beth Henry, and then her friends, colleagues, Carol and Laura Beth, are coming to visit us tomorrow from Travel Bug. They are independent travel agents through the Travel Bug company. And I think they're living their best lives, Johnny Rocket, from what I can tell. I mean, Beth also works at American Christian Academy, which is how I know her. Our daughters are the same age going through, and she does that. And then they put these travel packages together for people. And, they don't have to worry with making any, where they need the details or anything. That's just to me like that's
I'm looking for it
my
because it's going to be,
favorite. So, but
it's
they
gonna be
do
a
it for
fun,
you.
it'll be a fun show. And I think I'm going to come up with a couple of fantasy trips I want to take and
Oh,
see
gracious.
if they can put it together on the show. Let's challenge them a little bit.
Okay.
I want to do this. Okay, how am I going to get this done?
That's funny.
It'll be
That's
fun.
hilarious.
We've got a full week. We've got great shows all.
We do.
On
We've got the Chief Medical Officer from Southern Research coming virtually by Microsoft
that's
Teams,
Wednesday, I believe.
talking about
and-
Catalyst.
And one of our colleagues across the hall, Wyatt.
Bless his heart.
From the
Wyatt
sports-
Fulton from
the
Tide
sports world,
100.9.
and,
Yes.
we're going
What
to
a
talk about.
commute.
We're
Poor
going to talk
guy.
about Wyatt. We're not going to talk sports. We're going to talk about Wyatt.
Yes. You know what he told me? He said, no, we're going to talk about football. So we'll see.
No, we're not. We're gonna talk about Wyatt. And you better get ready because
I said, look, your listeners need to know who you
That's
are.
right.
They know what you cover.
that's right.
But it is Tennessee Hate Week.
It is definitely that. And,
So we might need to touch on football.
well,
We never talk about football here. It'll be new and different.
well, you know,
Not so across the hall, but
stealing your thunder a little bit. You know, we're going to talk to him about how he puts up with soap opera for men.
that's what I told him. I said to Wyatt Fulton, he was the first one I told. And just from my observations, I said, do you know what this is? I said, meaning sport talk radio. I said, it's soap opera for men. And every single one of them, they're producers.
And it's true.
Not a single one of them argue with me. But I will say this.
It
That
true.
is a sexist remark. I can get away with it.
I
I can fully
think
get
it
away with it.
fits.
But I met this young lady who's one of the producers, and I'm looking at her. I'm thinking, can I really? I don't know. But still, overall, it is. Come on, it's soap opera for men.
I don't disagree at all. I think
Yeah,
it's
they're
exactly
so-
what it is.
They get so into it. It's so
It's-
dramatic.
it's
It's
crazy.
so dramatic.
Yeah, all I
Right?
can say is give a like.
You got drama. You've got suspense. Johnny Rocket. Anyway, we are up against the end of the show. It goes so fast. What a great show. Thank you,
Of course
ladies,
it
for
is.
coming. We
Absolutely.
really appreciate you. But before we leave, I'm going to close this out. I do want to remind everyone, don't forget to spay or neuter your furry friends and keep those tails wagging with up-to-date vaccinations. This is Lisa Jones signing off for the noon show. But before we go, I'd like to wish everyone a splendiferous rest of their day. See you on the radio tomorrow.
Y'all are
Yay!
amazing.
And that's what we do.